No, you can
You
say
can
he's.
say whatever you want on this show.
All right, Steve Cataldo's with us, hanging out in the garage. Steve, thanks for being with us, man. Appreciate it so much.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
We
And
appreciate you
Steve,
taking time out.
yeah, and Steve is, of course, of the Nervous Eaters. Have a brand new album out called "Rock and Roll Your Heart Away." Um, been a long time band. We've been a big favorite, Steve. So if you could just tell us a little bit about how the Nervous Eaters, what's going on with the new LP.
Uh, well, new LP's out. It, shameless uh,
Plug.
advertising. Yeah, we're out there promoting it as we always do when Wicked Cool releases something by us, singles and the LP. So it's great. They're great to us. They're really nice people.
And what a
All
great record label, dedicated to the music. That's what gets me. It's about the music, dumbass. I mean, not selling or, of course, it'd be nice if it were a just world, Steve, you would be a multimillionaire. Your debut album was in 78. Is that right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Debut album in 78. So we're still rocking and rolling. Um, so Rock and Roll Hardaway, again, recorded for Wicked Cool Records. Check them out if you don't want to. Probably one of the coolest labels out there. So Steve, tell us a little bit about the recording process. What did you guys do? Do you guys usually go in live? Are you doing, because of the pandemic, have you gotten used to just sending files? How are you doing it?
Yeah, we practice trying to get the songs down as great as possible, and then go in and play live. Um, Usually, it's a demo vocal that I'll do so everybody knows what we're doing
Mhm.
and to get the fire up and stuff like that. And I'll probably redo the vocals usually. And I hate the studio microphones, these Neumanns and stuff. And I always ask them if they'll put up like a 57 or a
Yeah.
58.
Oh yeah, sweet.
Saying
Yeah.
that they can put the other one up beside it, but I
Right.
don't want to hear that. I just want to hear the
I've
short.
got a 58 right here. That's
All
the
right.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very popular mic, that
Oh
one.
yeah.
You can't destroy it. But so you guys usually play live in the studio. I mean, that's what's going and generally speaking, get play live in the studio.
Yes.
Yeah, excellent. Excellent.
Which is the best
Now
way
the
to
new
do it.
single is Girl. Oh, sorry, Craig, go ahead.
I was just saying that's the best way to do it. That way you get the whole feel of the song, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Authentic. And that's what we strive for on this show is authenticity. And you
Yeah,
guys are authentic and we dig that.
Cool.
very much so. Tell us about the Girl Next Door, real fast, Steve. That's the first single. Is that the first single, or I love the drums on that? Of course, being a drummer, I gotta love the drums on that.
It could be. I forget the order, but this song that the Eaters did in the early days, our first two singles were on Rat Records. James Harrell managed
Yeah.
us and owned the Rat,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
so
house band at the Rat, weren't you guys?
yeah, yeah, we were. Yeah, Barry and the Remains were the house band before us, and we came in. We were managed and by Jimmy Harrell from the Rat, and we recorded on his label, did a couple of singles, and he was great to us. We played with everybody that came through. Of
That's
course,
all.
all the Boston bands did too, but we got in a little more.
Oh man, that'd been
That's a
excellent.
very
Now the Rat, how big a club was this? I mean, is it like we're talking a couple hundred people or bigger, smaller?
A couple hundred people. It was like in the basement, and then you'd go upstairs, and there was a bar room at street level, and there was also a kitchen that made great food, barbecue and stuff. And everybody hung out. They had a great uh, jukebox, and then you could go upstairs. They had an upstairs way up there where you could disappear, and sometimes they'd throw people out of there who weren't supposed to be up there. But
That's right. Well, when you need a breath of fresh air, let's go chill out there. Not to name drop Steve, but anybody particular that stands out that put on a killer show that you guys were backing back in the day?
oh wow, well we opened for everybody from the Ramones, the Stranglers, um,
Oh
the
man.
Police, and yeah, everybody you could think of at that time.
That's amazing.
Iggy, you know, they were all great. Everybody was the height of their game.
Oh sure,
Yeah.
sure. That would have
That
been
whole
so
Boston
exciting, man.
scene is pretty tight though. I mean, there's a lot of
Oh,
music coming out of Boston.
Yeah, yeah. Well, a lot of colleges, so there's a lot of
Oh yeah,
bands,
that's true. Yeah.
And there were a lot of clubs at that time. It seems like there's a million bands and not so many clubs. And in
Right.
those days, there were a few bands and lots of clubs. So we were
How is
busy.
now as far as you guys playing out? What's the plans? You got a tour coming up, Steve, or anything like that?
No, we just we have gigs. We're pretty busy this month. Um, so that's it's that's how, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, sure,
You guys
sure.
you're still in the Boston
Play it
area.
out. Yeah.
That's a fun. I mean, fun playing out. Now, did you road test any of the songs for the new album, like play them at gigs, or do you just come up with the material? What's the process?
Yeah, well, I write them and bring them to the band. We learn them. If they suck, we don't do them. Sound really good, we'll say, okay, let's do it. And then we can play them out a lot. And the audience will tell you. I mean, New York audiences are
Oh,
merciless. They'll tell you it sucks right away. Boston's a little kinder, but
A little kinder.
but we have a lot of fans now. So we play. We'll open up with Wild Eyes,
Hmm.
and audience usually is very responsive, and we know
awesome.
we're in a good spot. So
Yeah. Well, now the first single you guys released, am I right in saying? Well, that I know of, Loretta. Does that sound right?
yeah, yeah,
That's when I first became aware of you guys back in the '70s.
that was our first single on Rat Records, and the next single after that was a love song called Just Head.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
That's
I love it.
that's a great punk song.
Yeah, it paid
Yeah.
off.
It's great.
Well, you know what one thing about the Nervous Eaters, I wanted to ask you about this. I've been dying to ask you since knew we were going to be able to talk to you. Is that a lot of punk bands came from, I think, bring a mod approach to it, and I think you guys usually brought more of a, not, I don't want to say blues, I mean kind of a more of a blues feel. Does that make sense, or is I'm just
Absolutely,
okay?
absolutely. I'm very deep into the blues. I dig them, always have. Uh, a good friend of mine, who's not with us anymore, God bless him, was the road manager for Buddy Guy and Junior Wells for a while.
Oh,
Oh wow.
So we'd go to, and I lived in Chicago for about 7 years and got to hang out with Hubert Sumlin and Buddy and everybody. And uh, was his name, Jose Gonzalez. His family had a hotel in Portugal. And when a lot of the guys like Muddy and stuff would come through, they'd stay there. So they became great friends.
Yeah.
oh
And
man.
when Jose and his family moved to uh, Peabody, Massachusetts, everybody still visited him. Like Howlin' Wolf
Mm.
stayed at his house. And
One of my big heroes.
yeah, the Hard Rock Cafe called Jose, said, "Do you have any blues memorabilia?" Anything? Said, "Well, I have Howlin' Wolf's suitcase." They said, "Yeah, yeah, great. What's in it?" I said, "Well, I haven't opened it or seen it in years." He went upstairs, opened it, and there was a pair of shoes and a sawed-off shotgun in
Wow.
Shit.
it. Ain't that the blues?
That's
That
the
is
blues,
that
brother.
is
That is the blues. I love it. Love it. That is so cool.
uh,
Howlin' Wolf, you both have, I'm sure you do, Craig and Steve, but yeah, I love the London Howlin' Wolf sessions. For
oh
some
yeah.
reason, it just grabbed me. I know that some people would say, well, that's not authentic, but to me it was. I mean, being a British invasion kind of guy anyway.
Well, they introduced him to a wider audience,
Oh yeah.
like the Stones did and Shindig and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yes, definitely.
It was a
Definitely.
good thing either way. But he did some early videos in clubs in Chicago, and where he'd speak directly to you if you messed with him while he was doing his act. He'd just address you right there.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
Now, I was lucky enough to see Muddy Waters at my brother. I was just a little kid. I had older brothers, and they drugged me to see Muddy Waters in Louisville, of all places, Louisville,
Wow.
Kentucky. Just a small club. I mean, it was open to all ages. It wasn't a bar, but
Yeah.
no,
Well,
that
I'll
was
tell you another story. The checkerboard was Buddy's club, and he later moved it downtown, and there was a hipper club, if you want to call it. But the original club was great. It was a dark little bar, whatever. So, anyways, Jose and I are in there, and Junior's got a little band up there, and the guys are playing, and they started introducing everybody across the stage, and I'm up there too with my guitar, and it said on bass Cadillac Slim, and on guitar Lightning Johnson, and on second guitar Steve. And you right away, man, that's not a blues moniker. Do something about that.
Sliding Steve. Sliding Steve.
And Steve.
Every going back to the original question, that is awesome. I would retire right there. I'd be fine with that. If you
Couldn't
just
crawl down any farther behind the curtain.
But at least you were there, right?
Yeah.
They can call you whatever as long as you're there, right?
Yeah. We brought them some lobsters, and we dropped them off in the afternoon. We came back when the show started, and they had some of the lobsters up on the bar, and they were trying to get them to race. Yeah, what? Okay.
I love it. I love it. Did Bloomfield ever come through there? Or any of those, cats?
I didn't
Michael-
get a chance to see him. I don't know when he passed away, but
Yeah, that's.
but he was tremendous.
Well,
All
back
those
to-
guys. All
Oh
but
man. Well, there wouldn't be music as we know it without it. And then yeah. Now there's certain blues people that I like more of. Country blues is great. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not a huge fan of country blues. I appreciate it, but if it came down to me, I would much rather listen to some electrified blues. I mean, that's just me, though.
Sure.
I
Well,
dig it more.
Yeah.
But
Well,
anyway, definitely hear that, Steve, in the Nervous Eaters for sure. From the beginning, from the first album. Now, was the first album on Rat or was it on Elektra?
it was on Elektra.
Okay.
They were signing a lot of the Boston groups, and we that didn't really work out for us very well because the producer really hadn't heard of us,
Mm-hmm.
and he had worked with Bowie and Lennon, so we figured, well, it's going to be okay. But in hindsight, now we just should have taken the money from Elektra and bought a little studio in Boston and done our basic tracks there, and had somebody mix it. But that's the way it goes.
Oh yeah.
Later
Who
on,
knew?
we did an album with Rick Hart on his label, Ace of Hearts, Hot Steel and Acid, and that kind of saved our ass, right?
Yes. Killer album. Now I want to ask you, Steve, I know I don't want to bring up any source. Do you own the masters for all your past work, or is that like the Elektra album? Is that owned by them?
No, I'm too fucking stupid to do that.
Sorry, I'm not laughing. I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then after that was Eat This, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. We had a good time with that one.
And now was Monsters and Angels next, Steve? I don't remember. I know I've got Nervous Eaters in my collection and Eat This, but I think
we did some Enric from Spain on his label. Took a lot of our practices and cassettes and everything, and he put it out on his Eaterville 1 and Eaterville 2. And so
okay.
those came out in Spain, along with Eat This, which was on Tomorrow Records, which is another Spanish label. But it wasn't until we got together with Wicked Cool. We have those masters, yeah.
Good. Yeah. Now, analog process, are you guys able to record on tape, or you record usually on, on the files?
The first record for Wicked Cool we did on tape. Because the studio owner had a 2-inch machine, so we of course went with that. But then later on he changed, and his board changed and everything. So the second record was a little more digital.
Well, it's just, it's so cost prohibitive. It's great if you can swing it, but it's just so cost prohibitive to be able to do that. I would love it, but if you guys know anyone that needs any, I've got, being an old radio guy, I've got boxes of the big reels. They're 1/4-inch tape. But if you know anybody that needs any tape, there's pre-recorded, but I'll send it to them. There's some blanks. So let me know, Craig, Steve, if you need.
I'll keep it in mind.
Yeah. Craig, I'm hogging the conversation. Yeah, I know you have some stuff you want to talk to Steve
Well,
about.
you know what? I just had a question. Where did the name the Nervous Eaters come from?
Yeah, people always ask us that one. We rehearsed at the drummer's house. Uh, Originally, the three of us, Rob Skeen and Jeff Wilkinson and myself, used to practice and write all our stuff at Rob's basement. His parents would go to work. We'd get there just after they left, get stoned, and then practice and play and get out of there before they got home.
The story of many a man, Steve.
But then we changed it to Jeff's house, whose parents were great to us. And his mother was like our mother. She fed us and watched us and everything. And we'd come up from time to time, get a cookie or soda or something, and then go back down. We came up separately, and she stopped and said, "Listen, why don't you guys all come up at the same time? You're a bunch of nervous eaters." And that just stuck.
No,
Perfect name. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect name.
Florence was her name. She's a wonderful person.
that's great.
Now that was Boston, Steve, that area?
That was in Beverly. We were North Shore
Okay.
guys.
Okay. Okay.
We moved into town for a while, and just long enough to have my car stolen 2 or 3 times.
Shit.
And I said, "Well, I'm going back to the North Shore."
So my daughter lived in Hanover for a while.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Before,
I don't know
wait,
Boston.
that's before Boston, actually. If you're coming up from the Cape,
Yeah.
you hit Hanover, then
Yep.
Boston. It's a nice town. Great
Oh
town.
yeah. Yeah. She loved
Now,
it there.
Oh yeah, I would absolutely love the scene. Now, Okasik produced, what album did he produce? Didn't he produce an album for you?
He produced the demos that got us the Electric contract.
Okay.
And then again, in hindsight, that those demos were great, and we had some of the Cars play on it,
Oh wow.
and we should have put that out. That'd have been great. I mean, I'm not dissing the
No.
producer for the Electra album, but we would have done far better if we had put out mixed
Well, again, Craig, like you had said, I think that was more authentic to the energy from the Nervous Eaters at that time, for sure.
Yeah.
But talking about capturing energy, man, Rock and Roll Your Heart Away just grabbed me by the balls. It just rocks. It's so great. Being I'm not 17 anymore, but it still strikes me the way records did when I was, 15, 16, 17. I just absolutely love it. What I've heard so far. I've not heard the whole album yet.
Yeah, well, thank you. We're from that time, we still, that's what we do. That's who we are.
Yeah, music
Well, I'll tell
matters.
you what, I drive around at my day job. I drive a little bit during the day, and I put the album on and just listen to the whole thing today driving around. It's a great hanging out in your car kind of album.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good to hear it. Thank you.
Well, yeah, well, Craig's the child catcher. That's what he's like in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. He drive. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
That's a thing to say.
That's taken out of context. That's bad in today's. It was a joke, everybody.
Well, you can end it.
Yeah, from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Just joking. Just joking. Now, I also want to ask you about Link Ray. I read somewhere that you guys played with Link Ray, who's out of Cincinnati. I believe Link Ray came out of Cincinnati area.
No, I saw Link Ray a lot. I never got up and played with him.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But big fan. I mean, one of my earliest records was his record, and I played it to death. I still have it. It's all like falling apart and everything, but it'll play. But it's kind of, the grooves are worn away.
That's part of the charm, man. That's part of the charm.
But he had just some, the basic things. He was so far ahead.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Well, it's like Link Ray though. There's an album I can't remember the name of it. I absolutely love. Oh, that's gonna drive me crazy. I'll have to think about it here. Drive me crazy. But so let's talk gear for just a moment, Steve, if you don't care.
Been staring at stuff behind him, so yeah, let's.
Yeah.
Let's talk gear for a second.
Sure.
What are we looking at behind you here?
Oh, well, my main stuff is not down here because I have the dehumidifier down here. And I don't leave it. But let's see. I have my baritone, which is I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Which I love it. I put baritone on just about everything. Here I am. Hello. And it's a monster of a guitar. It's a Dan Electro.
Oh, sweet.
Can you hear it? Or is it too low?
Too like, yeah,
Can't
not
hear
hearing the guitar. Damn it. No, can't hear it. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I don't hear it.
Yeah, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
well, what are you gonna do? But anyways, looks like that, so.
Oh
Okay.
man. Oh, what year? What year?
I have no idea. It's not super old. I've had it for about 20 years.
It's cool looking.
Oh, love it. Love it.
And I have a lot of 12 strings. I've got
Okay.
a record backer on that. This is what is it? Takamine or something,
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
sweet. Yep.
And since you can't hear, there's no sense playing it. But it's acoustic.
Oh, we can hear that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
That's not very good, is it?
That's all right. Uh,
So when you're writing stuff, what do you usually use?
Excuse me?
When you're writing the words and stuff, do you come up with the melodies too, or
Yes. What I do is, let me put that back there. Sit there. Yeah, I'll start jamming with myself on a 12 or acoustic guitar, sometimes electric guitar. And if I'm lucky, through space and time, through the gift of God, somebody shows up and just delivers a song completely to me
mhm.
with,
that's great.
the lyrics, the melody, the chords and everything. And like Loretta, you know,
Yeah.
I was
Came
just
to you.
walking down the street and I'm going do ta and I started jamming to myself. I wasn't even playing anything.
Yeah.
And they said, well, I got to get back to someplace and get a guitar and put this down on cassette. Had little cassette players in those days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's how it is. It's just start jamming, just like Keith Richards does. He just starts jamming away.
So does
And
McCartney. That's what
yeah,
McCartney does.
that's right. Yes, Paul said that. He just started singing anything. And I do just, it doesn't even make sense, but sooner or later something pops out that
Right.
makes sense.
Just kind of pops in your head.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
amazing.
well, the difference between you and us, Steve, is that you have talent and you're tuned to know when you get something decent. Nope,
Let's hope.
nope, not for us. Not for us here. Uh, do you anymore? Do you like record into your phone, or you still do the? Because I have friends still do the cassette player, little Fostex 4-track. They still record into.
Well, I've learned to use the memo thing on my phone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It doesn't really help you a lot because there's not a lot of fidelity in this particular phone. But I just try to jam in the studio. I have a 24 track Roland that I've had for God knows how many years since it came out.
Mhm.
And I can basically get a finished demo here.
Oh wow.
That's
So
great.
I'm trying to talk wicked cool into doing a record of just some home demos.
Oh,
That would
hell
be
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
Oh, that would
I
be.
vote for that. I say yay to
let's
that.
squeeze them. Okay.
That's right.
Let's do it. We'll start the
We
letter
have
writing
absolutely
campaign.
no pull, but let's do it.
Yeah, we have no pull, but we will do our best. Hell yes.
You guys want to manage a band? Okay,
That would be
do
great.
it.
Right. That's right, my golly. I would love just to hear the demos. Because to me, a lot of times the demos are nothing wrong with production. I mean, I love that too.
With
But
that
the
raw, you get the
yes.
rawness to it.
Yeah.
Way better.
Yeah.
And that's what I was talking about with the mind game set. There's a whole disc of them just it's the raw studio mixes. They're just boop the and it's amazing. Sounds so good.
The thing about the 24, the Roland is that it's kind of old school and there's no copy and paste like the guys have with Pro Tools and stuff
Right.
like that. So I really can't fix it. I just, what it is what it is. The basic songs there might go a little long here and there because I really can't edit it very
Right.
much,
Yeah.
but that's the way it goes.
That's what makes it authentic. You know,
Yeah.
I would much rather hear a few mistakes in something that makes it real and raw than for it to be too polished.
Yeah, I don't like that
It
shit.
loses something. It loses the heart and soul to it sometimes, you know.
I agree.
Yes, exactly right. The energy, the authenticity, the energy can be gone. And I mean, now see, to me, the debut album on Elektra, sounds great, but I didn't hear the demos. I've never heard the
Right.
demos, so I don't know what that exactly would have sounded like without it.
Yeah, just we didn't we played okay, but it didn't have any fire. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
the sound of it was later on after he worked with John Lennon and Bowie and stuff, Young Americans. He worked with Air Supply,
Yeah.
and
That says a lot.
yeah, and
Nothing wrong with that, but
yeah, I know, and they had million sellers, so you can't knock that.
Different kind of sound.
There's
different kind of sound.
Yeah.
Yes. Very nice. Put Craig. Definitely.
He worked with Eric Carmen, and he played us a demo and he had a lot of hit by the Raspberries.
Yeah.
Love
And it sounded great. We said, okay, it's going to be all right, but it just didn't turn out all right.
Now, Steve, any access to those demos that Ocasek produced? Do you have any copies of those?
Well, unfortunately, Rick has passed away, but we, uh, called him down in New York and tried to talk to him about it. And he said, "Gee, I don't have any idea what those are because they moved from their studio on Newbury Street to his studio in New York and stuff." So, but I don't know. I don't know what to say about that one, but
yeah, too bad. Love to hear him, but again, the name of the new album is Rock and Roll Your Heart Away. Now, all formats. What all formats is coming out on, Steve?
well, so the digital stuff that everybody puts on their phones and stuff like that. But we have CDs and LPs.
Oh, you do have the LPs. Oh, excellent.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a vinyl guy by far.
A lot of people are, and that's a great thing about them. I hope they continue with it.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
people are stopping it, but I hope not.
Now, Steve, if you wanted to, or like if anybody listening would like to order a copy, they can go to Wicked Cool Records, I'm sure, just search that, or Nervous Eaters. Can they order it straight from you guys, or anything like that?
Well, it's best to go to Wicked Cool, but they can go to nervouseaters.net
Okay.
and probably get it there.
Any chance, Steve, of getting like an autograph copy, anything like that? Are you offering that on the website?
Well, I'm not sure, to tell you the truth. We certainly will. If somebody wants one, you bet.
All
Okay.
right. Well, we're going
We
to
sell them at the shows,
Yeah.
and we autograph them always there.
So what is it? When are I mean, I knew you were just kind of doing around where where you're based at now, but any chance getting out any farther, east or, I mean, west?
Midwest.
Yeah.
That's a good question. We don't have any plans for that. Winter's approaching and stuff.
Yep.
We'll probably do the next record soon.
Okay,
So,
that's good news. Glad to hear that.
yeah. I think it'll probably be an EP this time, which is we asked for that. So we've got plenty of songs. We could do LPs till the cows come home, but we just figured, well, let's do an EP because people are into singles these days.
Oh yeah, it's kind of, yes, it's meet the new boss, same as the old boss, because that's all we bought as kids. We not all, but that's the only way to get stuff. As a matter of fact, in just a few minutes, I want to play a game of either or with you two, with 45s. If you're cool with that, if you got a few extra.
Play it. Let's play.
You want to play right now? All right, let's jump in. Okay, the way this works, I will just Craig's. I collect records, of course, but Craig's professor best friend bought a jukebox, Steve, and he just said, "Here, give Troy all these records." So I have not looked at these. I don't know what all's in here. So I brought the box up here at the studio. So let's just dive in. Are you guys ready? Here we go.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Our first two selections. You either have to choose, you guys. You choose either or. I'm going to show you 245s. You have to choose which one you'd choose. Okay. We have Three Dog Night, Eli's Coming. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Yeah.
Or Joan Jett, Dirty Deeds.
Oh, Joan Jett.
Joan Jett.
Yeah.
See, now I'm going with Three Dog Night. Danny Hutton would beat me up if I didn't go with Three Dog Night.
Well, they're still out there playing, but I don't know who's left.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, give me a break.
I think it's Dog Night.
These are two obscure
At
ones.
what point is it just a not a band anymore? Just I'm lost for words for it.
License the name band.
Yeah.
Well, it could be their kids or something,
Yeah, that's right.
It's just a tribute band at
We're
this
the kids
point.
of Three Dog Night.
Oh, tribute bands. My Lord, those guys are out there making a fortune. They're doing better than regular bands.
Right.
Yes. Yep. Okay, this is going to be an easy one. I know you guys will get this one. Paul Revere and the Raiders, we all got to get together, or Queensryche, everybody listening.
Paul Revere for me.
Revere,
Oh, me
yeah.
too. No question. Those Paul Revere albums fucking rock. I mean, I
Yeah.
think,
My dad would kill me if I didn't pick Paul Revere and the Raiders. He
Oh.
took me to see them when I was little.
You bet. Kicks,
oh,
yeah.
kinds of stuff, great stuff.
it still holds up. You put it on. Well, Tarantino used what he used in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He used
I don't know.
Good Times. Good Times.
Oh yeah, that was a great song.
Oh yeah.
I saw Paul Revere, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago,
Oh wow.
and they were
They're
great.
still out.
He was still
Yeah,
funny. The band was still rocking.
Yeah. Okay, we've got Dick and Dee Dee, I Want Someone, or
Don't
Jay
think I know that
Ferguson, Thunder Island.
I'm
Jay,
not
okay, I'll go with Jay.
I'll go with Jay too.
sure.
I don't know who the hell those
I don't
other
know the
people.
first ones were.
I think Dick and Dee Dee's hit was "I'm leaving it all up to you." I can't sing, but that was their
You
big hit.
cannot sing. That's
No, I can't.
It doesn't help me at all.
you guys remember the old Andy Griffiths? Like, Troy, we got the special mic. Sing real soft into it. We'll pick it up. All right, Jay Ferguson. Now he was a member of Spirit, which was I can't think, a killer psych band.
That's right.
Yep. Okay, we've got the McGuire Sisters, Really Neat, or Ebb Tide by the Platters. Oh, that's a tough one. I say
There's
neither.
a lot of doo-wop there.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Platters just because.
Yeah, me too.
Oh man, Craig, you're gonna like this one. Here we go. This is gonna be a tough one. The Beach Boys, California Girls, or Paul Revere and the Raiders, Hungry.
Oh, gee whiz. Can we do a tie?
Yeah, let's
I'll
call
tell
that
you what,
one.
I'm gonna pick the Beach Boys just because of the song, the California.
Okay. I'm going with the tie on that one. We've got to go with the tie. Okay, we've got a couple more, and then we'll let you guys go. Okay, we've got Toto, Hold the Line.
Okay.
Late '70s arena rock. Climax with "I Miss You." I don't know that one.
Oh man,
It's an '80s right there.
wow.
I'd have to go with Toto, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Steve Picoro playing drums. I mean, he's one of those guys. Okay, let me do another dig here, and we'll be done.
Yeah, one more.
Craig hates hanging out with me because this is what we do. Except I play him, but I'll only play like a minute and a half of the song,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Ah,
We do this all night.
Oh, Craig, this is your hero, Michael Bolton. When a man loves a woman,
oh no, soul provider.
or Burning Bridges, Survivor.
Wow.
I gotta go. I don't know either one, but I gotta go with Survivor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm picking that just because.
These are all over the place, Craig. These are crazy. Oh, here's some good. Here's one. Peter and Gordon, Don't Pity Me,
Ah.
or D. Clark,
Ooh.
Just Keep It Up.
I'll go with Peter and Gordon.
Yeah, me too.
I'll pick
Greg, question for you. Peter and Gordon, what's the connection to Linda Ronstadt?
I have no idea.
Didn't he marry her?
No, he produced her, Peter Asher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jane Asher, McCartney's. Okay, we got two more, and we're going to stop. I promise. We're going to
Hung
stop.
out
I'll
at
tell you
that.
this, Troy always has two more, just so you know. So when you say we're done, we're done. Just
Steve, what were you getting ready to say, Steve?
I said we have to talk about AM radio when we're after this.
Oh.
Yes. And I miss AM, and that's what we try to do on Authentic on our show. I don't know if you've ever listened to our show, The Garage Door. It's basically AM radio. We play hot platters that we love. I mean,
and we play stuff we like.
Yep. Okay. We got two more records, I promise. And that's it. I swear. Oh, this is gonna be a tough one. The Marvelettes, Please, Mr. Postman, on
Okay.
Tomlin,
Yes.
or Dr. John, Right Place, Wrong Time.
Ooh.
To go with the Marvelettes.
Gotta go with the Marvelettes, even though respect to Dr. John, to
Oh, yeah.
Mac.
Oh no, he's great.
Yeah.
He was
Mac.
great.
Yep. Yes, was. All right, that was cool. That's cool. Okay, so let's talk AM radio just for a minute. Okay, that was my
Because they're
grew up
trying,
with it.
they're trying to, can it, and so they want people to call their congressmen or their senators and say, "Let's keep AM radio." Have you heard that?
Yes.
No,
Got that buzz out there?
they're wanting to do away with
new,
AM.
they're talking about new cars not putting AM radio frequency
Right.
at all in it, and
Right.
yeah,
Oh, that's
which stinks. I mean, of course, there's not a lot of great shows like the old days where there was singles after single, great
Right.
singles, you know. But for traffic reports and stuff like
Yeah,
that,
AM radio's kind of turned into the talk radio. You know, that's
yeah,
most of the talk
yeah.
shows are on.
Unfortunately.
that's
Yeah.
too bad.
But I think there's a market because you got to remember. Okay, so Craig, you may be a little too young for this, but as a kid, I had a little white transistor radio. I had you'd have like a little cord you'd put in your ear, like a
Sure.
little earphone.
Yeah.
And thinking back now, there's pretty shitty sound. Same way the MP3 players on the damn phones. The sound isn't really that good. So there's a market for it. These kids are trained to listen to it. It's just getting them to listen to it. When I say kids, I mean all of us. But
Well, the thing about it was the songs were mono and they
Yeah.
kicked ass.
yes, yes.
Even though it came out of one little 4-inch speaker in the front of your dashboard, it
Right.
still was the balls. Absolutely.
Well, a lot of
those days.
Steve, real quick question for you. And like a lot of those bands, they would master their stuff and they'd have like they'd go out to a car outside the studio to hear how it sounded through that AM. Now, how do you guys master? I mean, what do you do? Are you have a hand in the mastering or do you leave that to like an engineer or the producer?
Well, these days we don't have a hand in the masterings, but they send you a demo of what's going to happen. You say, oh, this is cool, or fix this or fix that.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have a say in it. But in the old days, we would go out to the car. The car rules.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Put it on cassette, play it. You'd see what needed to be fixed, went back, mixed it, came back, and that was your trial and error right there, the car.
That's how I gauge an album for me. If I'm listening to music, I
Yeah,
like to
me
do it
too.
in my car, and if it rocks in my car, it's ready for a road trip. I'm good with it.
Yeah. In fact, you wouldn't buy a car unless it radio tested.
Oh yeah, you have to see how it sounds. Oh yeah. Yes, for sure. For sure. All right, Steve. Hey man, thank you. Steve, we want to ask, is there a possible way in a couple months we could check in back with you and see how everything's going?
Absolutely. It'd be great. I'd look forward to it.
We appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us.
Hey, thanks for having me. We had a lot of fun.
Steve Cataldo from the Nervous Eaters. Their brand new album is Rock and Roll Your Heart Away. And please check out Wicked Cool Records. And we're going to try to work with Steve to have some signed copies available for sale on nervouseaters.net. That's what we're going to do. We're going to